So what is separation anxiety? It's pretty straightforward. Symptoms of anxiety or distress or panic exhibited when animals are left alone. And the primary symptoms we see of anxiety in dogs in that situation are pacing, drooling, some vocalization, destructive behavior, elimination behavior, either stool or urine or both. They don't all have to be present in order to make that diagnosis. So we frequently see just a portion of these behaviors being demonstrated. If you see them all, well, it makes a diagnosis pretty straightforward, but most of the time you don't see all of these in one animal. Each of these symptoms can have alternate diagnoses. So just because you see a dog salivating doesn't necessarily mean it has separation anxiety, particularly if the salivation is occurring at other times besides when the dog is alone. So medically, we can have dental disease, foreign bodies, oral toxins, nausea. Those all can cause hypersalivation, right? We talk about vocalization. It can occur from pain. So any of these things can cause enough pain and discomfort that can cause a dog to begin vocalizing. Inappropriate elimination. Medically, we obviously can see lower urinary tract problems, diabetes, Cushing's, renal failure, basically anything that can cause polyuria and polydipsia. And then if stool's involved, we want to rule out colitis or IBD as a potential cause for those symptoms. Again, assuming, now obviously if symptoms of colitis are occurring randomly throughout the day, whether the owner's home or not, the emphasis would be more on a medical cause as opposed to purely a separation issue. So it's important to recognize when these symptoms are being demonstrated. Now, behavioral differential list. As I mentioned, if the only time that hypersalivation is occurring is when the dog is left alone, there's not much else that can cause that other than separation anxiety. Vocalization, we can see territorial behavior in dogs who vocalize. So you got to, if the neighbors are complaining that the dog is barking, and then they videotape or even do an audio tape, and the barking is in short, rapid bursts with long periods of delay, the likelihood is this dog is reacting to something going on outside the house. And it's maybe not doing it when the owners are home because the owners are disciplining it or redirecting it or managing it in some way. Some dogs will vocalize if they're trying to seek attention, if they're hyperactive or playful. So there's lots of behavioral reasons for seeing vocalization. Dogs can be destructive just as being puppies. They're trying to find food. They're exploring their environment. So there's a lot of reasons behaviorally why we can see destructive behavior. And inappropriate elimination. If the dog has never been house trained before, so that's one of the questions we want to have is, what's the longest period of time that your dog has gone without having an accident in the house? To help differentiate between a separation problem and house training failure or marking behavior. Okay, we talked yesterday a little bit about thunderstorm phobia and noise phobia. So there's a strong link to dogs who have separation anxiety can also display noise issues as well. So if you're talking to someone about a separation problem in their dog, you also ask them, how's it do around storms and fireworks and just general noises around the house? Because it can change how you approach the treatment.